Hey everybody, it's Christopher Small, the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. Today, I want to talk to you about the fact that a trust doesn't actually own anything. Before I get to that though, I want to remind you, if you have questions about this or anything else related to estate planning or probate, and you want to talk with us over the phone for free, you can do so by going to cmslawfirm.com. Okay, so today's video is something I don't think I've ever actually talked about before on the podcast, which is surprising because I've got hundreds and hundreds of videos, but it was sparked from a discussion I had with a client today. They had created a trust. They were trying to point all of their stuff at the trust, all of their financial accounts by updating their beneficiary designations, and they were getting some pushback from one of their retirement account administrators. What the retirement account administrator was basically saying was, you can't add the trust because the trust is not a person, and we have to add a person as the beneficiary. And because I'm a nerdy lawyer, I told my client, I was like, well, he's both right and wrong at the same time. And I wanted to talk about that only just because it's interesting. Okay, it doesn't really affect how things operate, but it's the truly how things work sort of on the back end. So when you create a trust, the trust actually is not allowed to own anything. It's sort of like a container. The container itself provides the rules for how the property in the trust is to be managed and utilized, but the actual owner of the property is the person who is the trustee of the trust. If you ever look at a deed, if you look at sort of anything that's owned by a trust, it's going to be owned by the person, like Christopher Small, as trustee of the Small Living Trust under agreement dated January 1, 2020, right? So you always name the trustee in there. Here's why. What you are in fact doing when you are assigning the title to the trust is you are actually assigning the title to that individual in their capacity as trustee of the trust. Okay, this goes back like all the way back in the olden days, back to English law and all these kinds of things. When people would go to battle, they weren't sure they were going to come back. They would say to their buddy, hey, you're going to watch this over for me. You're going to be in charge of, in charge of this. And they would actually give them the ownership interest in the property in trust. Okay, I'm giving this to you in trust. And so technically the individual is the one that owns the account. The individual is the one that owns the property. They were just holding it and owning it in their capacity as trustee of the trust. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. But next time somebody says their trust owns something, you can correct them. You say, nope. Technically, the trustee owns the property and holds it in trust for that person. Okay, that's it. I thought that was interesting. Thought I'd share it. It's just Google it if you don't believe me, and you'll see. Okay, that is it. As always, if you like this, please hit the like button. If you know somebody that hear this, please share it with them. If you're someplace you can subscribe and you don't want to miss anything in the future, hit that subscribe button. And if you have questions about this or anything else related to estate planning or probate, and you want to talk with us over the phone for free, you can do so by going to cmslawfirm.com. Okay, that is it. As always, I am Christopher Small. I'm the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you again soon. See ya.